What is good, boxing fans, boxing critics, and boxing analysts? Thank you so much for your support, liking, subscribing, sharing, showing the love and support, man. I appreciate you all. We are one family. Thank you so much, community. I'm using a different microphone. Maybe it sounds a little bit different, but I want to get to this, man. Mike Coppinger and his official, Twitter profile. Link in the description. Go check it out. It says here, and as outlined in the story. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to this first here. Okay, he said there's growing concern Canelo Alvarez won't fight in 2020 with Dazn offering about half of the 35 million guaranteed, and neither side budging. Whoa! Sources tell the Athletic. Okay, Golden Boy Promotions and Dazn are at an impasse over contract language governing his opponents. He continues to say it. Commenting on his tweet here, it says, and as outlined in the story, this isn't about the pandemic and cost cutting. So it's not about, the problem and situation that Canelo is having with Dazn, Golden Boy Promotions with Dazn. It's not about money. It's not about, what's going on in the pandemic, because everybody has reduced cuts, obviously, right? Reduced pay. As far as fighters, getting their purses and things of that nature. It continues to say this is about Dazn's feeling that Golden Boy hasn't lived up, check this out, hasn't lived up to its contractual obligation to deliver, okay, one premier Canelo event per year. Okay, so that's the thing. It looks like it's not really about, about the issue of the pandemic. This is talking about, ever since he's been to Dazn, okay, ever since Golden Boy and Canelo had this contractual obligation to have one premier Canelo fight, event per year. It looks like, as a matter of fact, here you have a person tweeting Bombs Boxing. He says, so Canelo hasn't fought any noteworthy opponents since going to Dazn, like questioning it, right? So it seems like it's along that nature, along the lines of that, okay? It's just like the fights, the opponents that Canelo's getting are not cutting it. I mean, it's not bringing in numbers, and I can care less about as far as purses and things of that nature. I don't really talk about that, but I do want to talk about this because it looks like Canelo's, I see it that Canelo's probably not going to be on Dazn for much longer, man. And Golden Boy Promotions, something's probably going to happen where they're just going to split ways, pay what they got to pay, whatever, right? Buy themselves out the contract. He has a lot of fights to go still in this Dazn contract thing, so I don't know, man. I mean, it looks like, just from looking at the appearance of this and how it is, looking at Canelo's trajectory, his opponents aren't, everybody knows, when it comes to Canelo, his opponents throughout the years and with Dazn, it's not too, Daniel Jacobs, was probably the most, I guess, premier opponent, I guess you can say. I don't know, man, because Kovalev, is old, out of prime Kovalev. Time and time again we see that with Canelo. I don't have to explain that aspect, right? You guys all know about that. Triple G out of prime also. And then they're talking about a trilogy. Nobody wants to see a Canelo Triple G trilogy. I've been pushing it, time and time again with that. What the heck is the point of fighting Triple G, man? He's way out of his prime now. There's no point in that. You know what I mean? But we'll see, though. I hope the best for Canelo, definitely, man. He has too much, talent and potential to be just fighting average fighters. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing with Avni, or I'm not, all due respect, I forgot that dude's name, that Turkish fighter. Nobody wanted to see that. There was a big outcry from the community, man. I made a video on that, and just crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see, Canelo with a big future in the zone. Yes, the money is good, but as far as legacy and things of that nature, it's for the fans, it's not boxing fans. I'm not talking about big, hardcore Canelo fans. No, I'm talking about boxing fans, okay? I'm a fan of boxing. I try not to incline, to the best of my ability. We're human, right? But I try not to incline to one fighter only, or have, this is my favorite fighter, and whatever you say negative about him, you're hating. No, of course not. It's facts. Speaking about boxing in an objective manner, you know what I'm saying? Objectively speaking about the sport of boxing, criticizing and praising, you know what I'm saying? Definitely praising, the strengths of fighters, but also, criticizing the weaknesses and things that, decisions that they make sometimes that are not really good decisions. And here with Canelo, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I have praised him a lot, as far as his abilities and skills. We cannot negate that. Canelo, man, he's an amazing fighter, but you know the way he's being, you know, the way they're doing their decisions, you know, I don't know about Oscar, man. I mean, it looks like Oscar, you know, lately with Canelo, I don't know, man. These fights and opponents he's been getting in the zone, they're not really impressive at all, man. So we'll see what happens. I personally probably I don't think that Canelo's going to be on the zone for much longer. But then again, you got to think about it because he just has what, like 4 fights on the zone only. He doesn't really have that many fights, man. Supposedly it was like a what, 11 fight contract or something like that. So he still has a ways to go, man. So we'll see what happens. Interesting stuff that Mike Coppinger points out here. So you know, just read it again. This is about the zone's feeling that Golden Boy hasn't lived up to its contractual obligation to deliver one premier Canelo Alvarez event per year. So maybe it's referring to, you know, not delivering you know, one fight this year in 2020 or per year every year since he was on the zone. So you know, I'm just gonna wait till, you know, we'll just wait to see more details on this. But you know, there's a link you can go to that. I didn't go to that, but you know, I'm just reading it as it is. But we'll see what happens, man. I hope the best for Canelo. I kind of see him retiring maybe soon, and he's just gonna probably go to golfing. Sound crazy, right? Sounds crazy, but that's just my thoughts. You know, I brainstorm about these things. Been brainstorming about this for a while, man. I just haven't spoken about it. You know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't look good on the zone with Canelo, man. I mean, I don't know, man. And Golden Boy in general, like, you know, just gotta. We'll see what happens, man. Because I mean, Canelo's he can ride off and he can retire already as it is. He's made more than enough money. You know what I'm saying? He can just go off to golfing and, you know, just enjoy his life. But we'll see what happens, man. I wish the best for Canelo, man. Renee Boxell, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, comment below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is gonna happen with this whole situation, man? It's crazy, isn't it? You know, but it is what it is, right? So go ahead and comment. I want to hear your opinions, and thank you so much, man, for all your support again. Love you guys, man. Stay safe out there. Peace.